Let's start with our Power BI. I will request you all to please open a new window of Power BI. Awesome. Looks like it's opening on my computer. Great. Let's get started with a blank report. Awesome. And we are going to load it as an Excel file. Downloads. Yeah, this is the first file. Yeah, I just selected. Now Power BI will do a few things to make the connections right. Awesome. The navigator window has popped up. I'm going to select the first two sheets, which is Medicare Inpatient 2022 and Provider Info. Awesome. So as soon as I click them both, I will be able to see the content within them. And since I know this time that everything looks good, I'm not going to transform it. I'm just going to load it. But yeah, this is the content of Provider Info. Also, one important thing, you might have seen that when we process the data in Excel, the sheet name I had used was Providers versus now I have changed it to Provider Info. The reason is that when I was trying to load, I was getting some error. Now I have no idea. Oftentimes glitches like these appear. I tried to troubleshoot, but again, it was a repeating issue. And as soon as I changed the name from Providers to Provider Info, yeah, the issue got resolved. So that's the reason why I changed. So if you face the same thing, I will recommend you to do the same. But yeah, with that said, I selected these two, and these are the content of each of these files. So this looks great. I'm going to load it. Now again, Power BI will do its own connection thing. You will see these here. This small window appear for brief, and it's still loading. So I'll give it a few seconds. Yeah, it's a big data file, so it's taking a while. Awesome. Looks like the job is done. Now you see that on this data pane over here, these two sheets are available. And when I expand them, these are the content of each of them. So great. One more thing is in my visualization, I see a couple of these charts over here, chart types over here. First one is the filled map and shape map, and highly likely you won't be able to see it in your current one. So and that's the reason why please go to your file tab over here. Window like this will appear, and then go to options and settings, then select options. I'll give it a few seconds, and a window like this will appear. So go to your preview features, click on it, and this the first option, that is shape map visual, highly likely will be unchecked for you. So please check it. Yeah, have a check mark over here like you see on my screen, and click OK. Then for you, it will ask to restart your Power BI. Yeah, so in that case, please restart it and reload everything. Yeah, maybe I'll just do it live for you. Well, indirectly, again, I'm doing this because this is an important feature that we have activated, and we'll be using either one or both of those. Yeah, the maps that we activated. Let's load the data from Excel. So this is the one I created. It will take equal amount of time. So let's give it a few seconds. Again, the same thing is happening. Check mark this, content will be visible. Load it. Give it a few seconds until it does the complete loading. Awesome. And yeah, here the data pane is being updated. Looks great. And now you should be able to see these two. First one is your filled map and shape map. Now, since the data is loaded, you can see the two tables or the two sheets listed over here in your data pane. Let's go in our table view and look the details. So let me select the first table, that is the first sheet, that is Medicare inpatient 2022. And as you have seen this in our Excel file, the very first column is DRG definition. There are definitions. Then there is provider ID, total discharges. So it has all the discharge as well as charge information, covered charges, total payment, average Medicare payments are listed over here. And yeah, these are the columns which are also listed over here. And similarly, if I go to my provider info sheet or tab over here, I can see it starts with provider ID. Then there is provider name, provider street address, city, state, zip code, and HRR, which is hospital referral region description. Oftentimes, we know that there are connections, right? Interconnections between these two sheets. In our case, we definitely know that this provider ID is the common feature between these two sheets. So technically, if I know a provider ID which is in this sheet, I can get all the provider information, that is provider city, provider name, state, and so on, which is listed in this sheet over here. And for that reason, you have to define the relationship between these two sheets in Power BI. Oftentimes, Power BI is very strong. It has that feature where it goes and does an automated search and tries its best to identify that relationship and to know if there is any relationship that has been identified or not. You usually go on this, so in the table view, you go to this manage relationship. Yeah, so I'm clicking over there and it looks like it did identify automatically one relationship over here that is listed. And if I hover my mouse, it says is the provider ID within Medicare inpatient 2022 sheet, that is the provider ID. And within the other sheet, that is provider info, is the same name, because we know we did the manipulation and we transformed the data and kept it the same. And on top of it, you see the relationship, some more details are provided. So looks like there is one to many, meaning in this sheet, each provider ID, there is only one provider ID listed in this sheet, that is provider info. But for the same provider ID, there are many entries in the second sheet. So that is very true. Yeah. So again, this is one place to look at the relationships. Second one is you can go and you see I'm hovering my mouse over here where it says model view. I can click over there. And now much more details are provided and the same information is provided. Yeah, so looks like there is a connection relationship between these two sheets, that is Medicare inpatient 2022 sheet as well as provider info. And if I hover my mouse over here, the relationship is being highlighted. So again, in both the cases or in both the sheets or both these small windows, the provider ID is highlighted so that the common link between these two sheets. And again, on this side, I can see one and there is a star, meaning it's one to many. In this sheet, there is only one provider ID within the each sheet. But again, in this sheet, for the same provider ID which is listed on here, there are multiple entries. So that's what it is telling me. So again, a quick recap. So far, we have loaded the data within your Power BI file using Excel workbook. And once the data was loaded, we verified it has successfully been loaded. Well, one way is to look at this data pane and see that yeah, these are the two sheets that have been loaded within the same file and the details look right. And this is your canvas view for your report or the report view. Well, technically it's also referred as a canvas view where we will be building our visuals. And here is a pane, the visualization pane, which gives us various options. And here is your editing pane, which we'll be using a lot as we go. On top of it, this is your table view pane where we will be able to see the details of the data. Yeah. So in this case, there are two sheets. The first sheet is selected and these are the details. The second sheet is selected. These are the details. So this is your table view pane. The third one is the tab which is called as model view, where you see your relationships. Yeah. So in this case, there is one relationship, that is the common factor or common column between these two is the provider ID. And it's clearly stating that it's one to many relationship, meaning provider ID only occur once in this sheet, provider info, but the same provider ID occurs multiple times over here. Other place to look at the same relationship or the details is click on this tab over here, manage relationship. So I clicked over here. Again, I'm seeing the same thing, and in this case there is only one. So again, it's a repetitive. But again, it's similarly important thing to know is one to many. Yeah, relationship is stated over here. With that said, let's start building our visualizations. So the very first thing I would do is add a title to it. So again, go to your insert tab on top, make sure you are in your report view, then insert tab, start with a text box. So this will be a title. So again, let me start with the title, or let's use our standard practice where I will call it as a dashboard, dash, and in this case it's Medicare, MEDICARE, charges, CHARGES 2022. So that's the name I will give. And yeah, let's format it. I'm going to select it all. Let's say I'll be playing with say 36. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's right size. Yeah, let me keep it 36. Let's keep it whatever font type it is. Let me make it bold as well. So this is looking good. So on top of it, let's go ahead and save this file as well. So I'm going to yeah, go to my file option, save as. I'm going to use the same name. As of now, I'm going to save it in download. Later on, I will organize it proper in a proper place. So again, this will be -board -medicare charges, CHARGES 2022, and yes, CHAR charges CMS. Yeah, let's refer that because that's the official website we are getting it right from. So CMS GOV, CMS GOV medical charges 2022 dashboard. Yeah, so let's save it as this file name. It's going to be saved in my downloads. So awesome. On top of it, let me make that modification here as well. Dashboard CMS GOV dot. I'll make this wider. Also, I have enough space for yeah, to fit my width over here. So center it out. Okay, this is looking great. Again, save it. Sweet. The next chart I'm going to insert is I'm going to insert this clustered bar chart. So I just insert it. Yeah, something like this will get inserted. Let me just yeah, let's maybe fit in over here. Maybe roughly make eyeball it to this size over here. The next chart I'm going to insert is my shape map. So I just click on here. While doing so, just make sure you have unselected this. Yeah. So again, let's see what happens. Yeah, these are some initial things that you must all know. So yeah, the very first thing is, yeah, maybe I'll redo it again. Inserted a clustered bar chart. Readjusted the size. Yeah, just eyeball it to start with. Move it over here. So this is roughly the size I'm using. And again, you see, by doing this, I'm unselecting this. And if I keep this selected, yeah, so again, this is selected. And on top of it, if I select this shape map, which I'm trying to add, the next type of chart I'm trying to add, if I select while this is selected, see what happens. It gets replaced. Yeah, so my previous clustered bar chart is gone and my shape map is here. Yeah, so for that reason, I will go back and make sure this is selected again, selected. So my previous chart comes back. Then I will click somewhere here on the empty canvas, not anywhere over here, but on the empty canvas, and then select shape map. Yeah, another chart gets added. Then I will try to match the size roughly with the size of my previous chart I have. And again, as of now, I am just going to eyeball it. Later on, we'll do the final formatting when we are there yet. When we fill in the data, when we get the right visuals, charts, and presentation formatting, we'll do the final sizing. Yeah. So as of now, this is what we did. Added two charts. On top of it, yeah, something more. So within your visualization pane, you see you make a selection, a chart gets added, and related to that chart. Yeah. So there are some specifics. Yeah, specific editing that is related to a specific chart. So for example, I go with clustered bar chart. Here I am seeing there is an option for y-axis, x-axis, legend, small multiples, tooltips, drill down, cross report, keep all filters, and so on. So this is specific to cluster bar chart. Similarly, if I select this one, the second one, which is my shape map. So if I select this, I'm getting more or less different types of formatting options. Yeah, so again, that y-axis or x-axis is gone versus I'm getting location because this is shape map. So again, by default, this is an infed by their coders, developers. So yeah, so they will expect in a shape map something called as location. Then legend is their color saturation. Yeah, so maybe they are using some kind of criteria, and if the criteria is extremely high for a certain location on that shape map, it will be shown by a bright color. Or if it is the criteria is of lower numbers, lower intensity, then it will be of light color. Yeah, so that's color saturation option is there, then tooltips option is there, and so on. So yeah, these are the basics of formatting. And once I come out of this, I select in the empty canvas, not on any of these charts. Yeah, these are the generic options I have for formatting. So for each of this chart, these are the basic level or most important level of formatting that is a must in order for you to fill the information and get the respective charts. On top of it, presentation wise, there are some additional formatting that can be done. So you use this tab over here that's called format your visual. As of now, there is no input, so you are not seeing any options. Same is the case for this as well. But yeah, as we go, we'll be doing that a lot. Something more, yeah. So again, I'm clicking in this empty canvas so that these three visuals that I have created so far are unselected. And if I go to this format here, a report page, yeah, so I can see some more options. There is something about page information, canvas setting, canvas background, wallpapers, filter paint, filter cards, and so on. And if I make it bigger, yeah, some more options pop up. And as we go ahead and build more and more of these visuals as well as dashboards and charts and reports, we will be using most of these. Yeah, in fact, in the very first and the second dashboard that we created, we have already used some of these. Yeah, again, that was the intent. The very first two dashboards that we created, that was exactly my main motive of getting your hands on, and then we go into like the immediate next lecture, we go into much more detail to understand what these are. But these are some of the important pains as well as options that you must know as you proceed with your journey as a like data analyst, business analyst, and business intelligent analyst. So that you can utilize all these and use it to your most advantage, and eventually your company benefits, you benefit, and so on. So these are some more formatting options that we saw. On top of this, let me go ahead and add one more chart, say gauge chart. I'll move it over here. Try to place it over here, something like this. I think this should be good for now. Now, the next step, let's start adding some details to each of these charts. Yeah, so for the very first, I'm going to select this clustered chart, horizontal bar chart. I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to add this provider name. I can either, yeah, make sure this is selected. Either I can check mark this, and Power BI will automatically position and try to find a best position for it, maybe a best guess. So as per Power BI, it should fit on the y-axis over here. And then on top of it, let me select this average total. And you see this is not visible clearly. So for that, I can move my cursor over here, drag this little bit so that I can start reading these names over here. So the very first I selected is the provider name. I'm going to select the average total payment. Either I can drag it over here or just select and then it will auto plot this. Yeah. And other thing, what I'm seeing here is it's aggregating. Yeah. So again, I'm getting sum of average of total payments, right? So it is getting aggregated. So to change that, one place is, and again, the most common places, I just go into with my visualizations, make sure this is selected. And for the x-axis, it is telling it is sum of average of totals, right? So I'll make this bigger and I will select average. Yeah. Once I do that, you see, the numbers change over here, and I'm seeing average of average total payment. Yeah. So that's the right term, average. And again, later on, we'll fix when we do the formatting editing, we'll change the name to average of total payments. But this is correct. Other thing that I want to highlight is currently within your filters. Yeah. You see, this is still selected within your filters. If I go one level down, it is telling filter on this visual, and it says average of average total. Currently, all is selected. Yeah. So if I make this bigger, I can see few options. Yeah. Again, maybe this is too early to go again. Maybe I will go product name, and if I make this like bigger, yeah, for product name. So currently, the basic filtering is selected. And by default, all the names are, it is trying to fit all the names. So you see, more I scroll, I'll see all the names. Yeah. So again, this might be too crowded here. So maybe I'm the business analyst, I've talked with all my team members, my bosses, and so on, and they want the high priority ones. Yeah, maybe the top ones. So in that case, I will change this basic filtering to say top N. Now it is asking me show items top N, right? So what is the top? Whether I must enter the top 10. Yeah, if I do that, I will only see the top 10. or if I see top 15 and so on. So maybe yeah, let's finalize the top 15 providers. Yeah. So with that said, I'm going to press enter. Come out of it. Oops, no, it's not applied yet. Yeah. So I'm going to top 15, enter. Oops, for some reason it's not applying. Lock filter, unlock filter, going back. So anyway, this is the op. So still provider name all is selected. So top end. Yeah. So got it. So by value, add value field over here. So I'll be adding this. Yeah, perfect. Now it should be applied. So that was the yeah thing I was missing out. So glad that this happened live, so that now we know how to yeah, if we run into issue, how to fix that. So yeah, again I will repeat. I will select this. As soon as I select this, my filter is activated, and it is telling top 15 and yeah, previously it was basic filtering, meaning everything was being shown. Now I'm selecting the top n, which is top 15, and by value, what value? So I drag the provider name over here. So it is showing the top 15 average of total payments for the top 15 providers over here. Hey guys, there is a small change I just realized. So instead of, so again, select this chart. Instead of by value as a first provider name, I'm going to change it to average total payments. Yeah, so replace this. So all I'm going to do is drag. So within the filter for the top 15, instead of first provider name, I'm going to drag average total payments. So just replace this over here. So yeah, currently I'm seeing the sum of average total payment, which is yeah, which is right as of now. And now you can see if I make this longer, I'm only seeing the top 15 of them. Yeah. And other way is you see, so yeah, something more is if I hover my mouse on each of these bar, I'm going to see the details. Yeah. So again, for the first one, it's saying the provider name is Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital and Trauma Center. And the average total payments is 27,000. Yeah. Yeah, 2431.09 and so on. On top of it, I'm also going to add a tooltip on this. So for the tooltip, I'm going to select this average Medicare payment as my tooltip. So you can see over here, there's like I've selected this chart, and within the main visualization down, there is something called as a tooltip. So I'm going to drag that average Medicare payment into my tooltip over here. And as soon as I do this, let's see what happens. Yeah, I know this got bigger. Later on, we'll be cleaning up. But again, what is a tooltip? So when I hover my mouse this time on the first bar over here, I'm seeing that more details. Yeah. So previously it was only the provider name and the average of average total payments. Now I'm seeing the sum of average medical payments also, which is yeah, the total is 1.33 million dollars. Yeah. So that's what it is. So that's a tooltip that we added. Now let's go ahead and do some formatting over here. So for these bars, I'm going to select this chart. Then within this visualization, I'm going to go to the second tab that says format your visual. And over here, I have several options, that is y-axis, x-axis. First, I'm going to look at the bar colors over here. So for that, I'm going to drag it all the way down. Just adjusting the real estate space on my screen over here. Then let's go to the bar. So when I expand this bar, again, I'm seeing the categories as all. Let's see what I have. Awesome. This is good for me so far. Categories is all. Then color. Yeah, let's work on this color over here. So currently this blue color is selected. I'm going to click on F of X. So currently for the color categories, it's going by the rules. And what field should we base this on? Currently it's set on first provider name. Yeah, and again rule says if his value is this certain text, then it should be this color, and it's based on some summarization of first. I want it to be gradient. Yeah, so I'm going to change it to gradient. So when I click gradient, you see these options pop up. So currently I do not want it based on. So currently this like it's based on count of provider name, and again it's not a scale, right? I mean the count of provider name is not a scale at all. So maybe that's the reason why everything we are getting is like of the same gradient. Yeah. So again, I'm going to change this to sum of average total payments. Yeah. Yeah. So for the Medicare inpatient, sum of average total payment. So I'm going to select this average total payment. Yeah. So and it's going. The summarization is happening based on the sum, and how should we format empty value as 0. Yeah, so if there is any empty value, that's 0. In this case, it doesn't look like there is, but yeah, it's a rule set by standard rule set by Power BI, and minimum value 0 to be lightest blue, which is this one, and yeah, highest value should be the darkest blue. Yeah, so this is the gradient scale, and proportionally this has been done. So based on this, I'm going to click OK. Awesome. Yeah, so this has been applied, and this is the scale. So this is great. Yeah, we kind of completed one of the conditional formatting. So this part is done for now. Let's move to the next visualization, that is the shape map. So I'll go ahead and select this map over here, and as soon as I do that, you can see this part is selected, right? So it's highlighting that it's a shape map, and it is waiting for us to enter the information. Yeah, what should be the, yeah, like what are the different KPIs, entities, and so on. So for that reason, in this case, I'm going to add this average total payments. So that's the first entity I'm adding. 1, 2, 3, go. And as soon as I do it, you can see within this, the average total payment, there are states, which is, and then within those states, there are the several values associated with it. So that's the reason why it was able to create this state map, but still it's struggling. Yeah, so again, there are values related to US, Texas, then yeah, so it rightly identified the states and so on, but again, it is not able to make its mind, right? I mean, what are the exact values and so on. So yeah, I just entered, it got entered into the color saturation. So there are few more pieces of information that has to be added over here to make it complete. Yeah. So from this, in the inpatient information, that is the actual cash flow data or the payment discharge or the payment information, we entered the values over here, but still the information is not complete. So for that reason, I am going to drag this provider state information. Yeah, so this has the state information, this has the state information. That's why it was able to identify the, it's all the data is related to the states from our country, USA, but still it's not complete. So for that reason, I'm going to locate or drag this provider state into my location field. Yeah, and as soon as I do it, you see, great. Yeah, so this looks complete, right? And again, I can see there is a level of saturation added, right? And again, some of state is correct over here. Yeah, it went by aggregation. And then I think let's keep it as is. Let's quickly check what are the content of these. This visualization visual. So let's see the darkest looking here. So again, visually darkest looking is this state of California. It is telling me this average total payment sum is 280 million. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing, and there's a highest so far visually looking. Second highest, maybe it's a close competition between Texas or New York. So let's see, for New York, even though the size is small, the sum of average total payment is 190 million, and for Texas it's 177. Yeah, so it looks like this is the top one, California state with 280 million. Then New York is second, 190, and maybe, yeah, maybe Florida. Oh, it's 176, and then Texas is 177. So third one is Texas, and close call. Florida is 176 million. Illinois is 118 million. Let's check our state of Utah. It's around 14.5 million. So very less than these. Yeah, the bigger state. Yeah, so it looks like it has rightly applied that heat map kind of thing or state map kind of thing, and it is, yeah, it is using the right color saturation setting, setting. So even this looks good to me. Awesome. Now we are ready to move forward with our next visualization, that is the gauge chart. So I'm going to select this and just going to drag it over here. I just trying to fit in to the best I can. So for now, later on we will make the right adjustment. But I think for now we are good. Also, oops, looks like there is an overlap. No worries, yeah. Here, okay, yeah, looks like this is the limit, and here is the limit, and maybe I'll drag it down. Great, and yeah, let's make this a little bit smaller, and maybe let's make this a bit bigger. Map 1. Great for now. Now adding the right parameters, yeah, over here. So within this, yeah, the gauge chart that I have, the first entity I'm going to add is my average total payments. So I'm going to add that average total payments into my value field. Yeah, so you see the value field. So I'm going to drag this to my value field. Awesome. So currently it's showing the sum of average total payments. Yeah, so this is the entire limit, and this is what we currently have. Second is the average medical payment, average medical payment. So let me drag it to my target value over here. Yeah. So when I do that, you see what happens on your gauge. So currently it is telling me that this is the total Medicare payment that has been applied for the entire data set that we have, and this is the over here. So again, if I hover my mouse, it is telling me for this blue, yeah, not the Medicare, but yeah. So for my end, the sum of total payment is 2.744 million. Oh, sorry, it's billion, 2.744 billion, and the payment, the average Medicare payment applied is 2.3. Yeah, 2.32 billion. So yeah, so the 2.77 billion minus 2.319 billion. So the difference is you are going over. Yeah, so that's what it is telling me based on this gauge chart. Yeah, so you see within like just we applied the gauge chart, added the right value as well as target values, and now we are immediately getting the difference over here, right? So it's so quick, it's so fast. And on top of it, currently I'm seeing the sum of average and sum of average for both. Yeah. So here I think going with the average, yeah, is the right way to go forward. So for that I'm going to change this value to say instead of sum of average, I'm going to go with average of average. Yeah, some things change over here. Same thing has to be applied, yeah, or else we are not comparing apple to apple. This is average of average total payments, and this also should be average of total Medicare payment. Yeah. So average. So awesome. Yeah. So I think, yeah, this kind of nails it down, and we are getting the average overall. So the average total payment is 13.9. Yeah, almost 14,000 versus the average Medicare payment is almost 12,000. So that difference, 14 minus 12 is roughly 2,000 is the difference. Yeah. So this is very well. I think this is a good presentation of the data. Yeah, on top of this, I think one more thing I will like to change is, and then we can go into deep dive, but again, maybe the title here doesn't look very well because it's by default taking whatever changes we made over here, and it's extremely elongated. And you see the average is there 4 times, mentioned 4 times over here, payment is mentioned 2 times, so maybe it's not so user friendly, not easily readable. So let's go ahead and make a small change. So let's go ahead and edit that. Yeah, so yeah, it's more of a formatting thing. I'm selecting this, and within the yeah, let's see, maybe it's in general and title. When I go over here, you see the text within the title. Yeah, so it's extremely long. Payment term has like is there 4 times, as 2 times, average term is there 4 times. So yeah, no, not so. Yeah, so let's fix this. So I'm going to change this name to say average payments versus Medicare. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it simple. AVERAGE PAYMENT payment versus MEDICARE. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, great. This is looking good for now, and maybe yeah, let's try and center it. Awesome. Yeah, I think centering looks good. Let's try to make it bold, or maybe I'll select this all and then make it bold. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, bold looks good. Awesome. So let's try a few more things over here. So yeah, let's see. So if yeah, like I have 3 visuals ready for now. So this is showing average. Again, I think this name needs to be fixed. We'll work on it here. Let's go into much more detail and then finalize the name for this as well as this also, because yeah, there are multiple averages, multiple payments shown over here, so it's not easily readable. And again, there is a scale. Yeah. One more thing is, now let's interpret the information coming from these 3 charts coming out collectively. Yeah. So for example, if I select this first hospital that has the highest average payment as well as the sum of average payment. So if I select this one, also I see an issue here. Maybe it's not an issue, or maybe it is an issue. So this is yeah, if I hover my mouse on the first one, average of average versus sum of average medical. So maybe it's not apple to apple here as well. So if I go, yeah, so again I'm going to select this one, and now I'm seeing the product name. So again, nothing can be done for the product name, but here it is average of average total payments and sum of average. So let's keep this also standardized, meaning average. Yeah, so instead of sum of average Medicare payments, I'm going to say average. With that, yeah, this is the value I'm seeing. So awesome. So yeah, this is more of an like apple to apple comparison. So now let's collectively, for these 3 charts that we have visuals we have collected. Again, there is more work to be done, but for now we'll yeah, let's try to see what things we can interpret. So the very first is I'm going to select the first hospital over here, or the service provider, that is Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital and Trauma Center. If I select that, you see what's happening. So it is telling me, yeah, you see I selected this, it is telling me it's in the state of California. And if I hold my mouse over here, this grid chart is telling me the average total payments for this Zuckerberg hospital is 27,431, and the average cost covered by Medicare payment is 24,699. So the delta is small over here. Same if I go with the second highest by provider name. Yeah, so it is what's, oh sorry, I moved it. Oh yeah, perfect, this is good. So the second is so if I hold my mouse over here, the name is Yale New Haven Hospital. The average total payment is almost 25,000, and the cost covered by Medicare is 19,230. So that delta is almost like 5,000 something, 800 something, and it's in the state of this, which is Connecticut. And the average payment versus Medicare, this is state. So again, I will click the next one. It is telling me it's in this state over here, that is Arkansas, and this is the state of average total payment and Medicare. The next one, fourth, is in the state of here you go, New York, and this is the state of the average payment versus Medicare. Next, Yale, it's in the state of Pennsylvania. This is the state. And these are the details. Yeah. So again, you can see, right? I mean, the things like are evolving. So the way we built these three visuals, like we are able to utilize it, right, in the right way. Still, we are going to do some more fine tuning, polishing based on the format, the titles, and so on. So yeah, please stay tuned over here. But so far, this is what we are getting. Also, you see this title looks too long for me, and well, as of now, a quick glance doesn't make any sense. Or maybe not very reader friendly, user friendly. So I'm just going to select this chart over here. Go into my format here, visual, not x-axis, not y-axis, legend, bars, data labels, not maybe the data labels, or maybe it's in the general title. So you see the title is extremely long, and average is there several times, payments is there several times, and so on. So maybe I will just simplify this. So let's clean it up. Average total payments, maybe. As of now, that sounds good to me. One average less. Then next one is average of average, right? So again, I am going to reduce it. So average total payments and average Medicare payments by provider name. Medical payment, right? Average total payments, average. I think maybe I'll just take average also out. It's kind of self-explanatory, and whenever I hover my mouse over there, I can clearly see it has that average of average, like the average part is there. So I think that's sufficient for me. So total payments and next one. Again, this usually takes time, like few seconds here and there. So that's totally okay. So total payments and Medicare payments by provider name. I think for now I will live with it. So it's much more shorter, much more like it's giving much more explanation, which is a good thing. Same thing for this as well. So again, it's extremely long. It says sum of average payment. So maybe I will change this as well. The first thing is the question I have is it supposed to be sum of average? Or since we are only dealing with average over here, right? So when I hover my mouse, it says average of average total payments, average of average. Versus this is telling me sum. So let me go and see over here if sum is the right entity, or shall I change it to average? So if I change it to average, what happens? Well, average, it's getting me average. Maybe I think for the map wise, I want it a total, right? I mean, not the average. So maybe, I think, this is the right representation. So again, I want it to be sum. So again, when I hover my mouse, it is telling me it is sum of average payments. For the state Oregon, it's 28 billion. And so on. So I think this is good. Versus let me clean it up. I'll clean the title. It looks extremely longer and lots of sums and averages and so on. So I'm going to selected this, going to format, and within format I'm going to general, and then making this title bigger. Sum of average total. I'll just keep it average total payments by state here. Do I need state provider state? Well, it's already obvious, right? So maybe I'll say average total payments, and I'll take the sum because it's self-explanatory. And this is my first hand thing. Later on, when we do the final fine tuning, when all our visuals are ready, we will give another shot, and based on the screen, the what information is presented in the screen, we'll make the final call about the titles. But I think for now this looks good to me. I'm happy with this. And I'll select all of this, make it bolder and centered. Awesome, much more presentable. Great. Yeah, and maybe this is too big, so I'll kind of squeeze it maybe a little bit down. And yeah, for now maybe I'll just bring this here. A bigger state, better, at least a better view. Maybe this is also unutilized space. Later on we'll try to utilize it in a much better way. And here maybe for this also, if I go over here, general title, centered, select all, and then make it bold. Awesome. This looks, still I think it's longer, but later on we'll play. But yeah, this is much better than what it was previously. So great. Next, I'm going to add few cards. So clicking out here. For that, I'm going to select somewhere or click somewhere on the canvas so that all my 3 visuals are unchecked. So none of them are selected. If that happens, you see, if I'm selecting this, let's see what happens. If I select card, again, it gets replaced with the card. So that's not what I want. I'm going to undo this. Going back, so make sure I'm clicking somewhere over here so that none of the viewer visuals or title is selected. Just select over here. Let's go ahead and add a card. Yeah, awesome. As soon as I click this, yeah, card got added over here. I'll move this over here for now. Similarly, I need 2 more. So again, I'm going to select somewhere over here in the canvas. None of them is selected. Add a card. Second one got added. I'm going to move it over here. Similarly, third one. Yeah, I want a third one. So I'm going to select somewhere on the canvas. None of them is selected. Add a card. Third one got added. Let me play with the sizes of these so that they are fitting. All the 3 are placed next to each other over here. And this I'm just eyeballing for now. Do the best you can. So awesome. 3 placed next to each other. Yeah, more or less similar size. Great. I think this is good for now. Then the very first one, yeah. So the information I want on the very first card that I added was the average covered charges. Yeah. So I'm going to drag this average covered charges into my first card. Awesome. I'm seeing 12.01. Looks like this should be billion. Then in the second one, I want this to be the average Medicare payments. Yeah. So I'm going to drag this into my second one. And third one, yeah, this looks, yeah, this is 2.32 billion. So yeah, this looks right. Third one is average total payments. Yeah. So again, I will drag this over here. Great. Yeah. Now let's yeah, work on the size. So it looks like, well, the units are not visible. This whole thing is not visible. So for that reason, what I'm going to do is, well, for now, I'm just going to make this filter smaller. And yeah, that got me more real estate space on the dashboard. Also payments, maybe the font is too big. Or maybe not, maybe. Yeah, let me go in general title. I think the title is placed down, or maybe the title is not there. Header icon, alternate text properties, none in there. And yeah, again, this is something you have to play around. Sometimes you won't find it right away. So visual category label. Awesome. Looks like this is category label. So instead of 12, if I say 10, okay, yeah, I think this is good. Maybe the main title is bigger. I mean, the main number is bigger and the category label becomes smaller. Maybe let me play with 8, how it looks like. Maybe 8 is too small, 9. I'll leave it for now. Okay, this fits over here. Great. Let me do the same thing for the other one also. Yeah. So BN is good. Yeah, maybe that's rightly placed. So again, I need to play with this one. So for my second one also, yeah, this is selected. So category label, I think what did we decide over here? 9. Yeah. So I'm going to do that also 9. Well, still maybe more longer because the text is longer. Oh, I got one more thing. Yeah, we will just fix the, we'll take away the sum. That should help us as well. But now, yeah, let me keep it 9. Third one also, let's change this to 9. And let's move it over so that I'm seeing the entire thing, that is 12.01 billion. Great, at least this part is done. Not in general visual over here. So again, when I selected this and I went into my main visual, the build visual part, it is telling me this is sum of average, which is correct. I just want to take the sum of out so that it will read average covered charges. Here also it should read average Medicare payment, and here it should read average total payment. So for that, I'm going to select the first card, go to format, general, title. Oh, I know what happened, not the effect. I have to do some searching over here. So no worries at all. Alternate text, none. It's over here, call out value. Source spacing, text wrap, nope. Category label, reset, nope. Yeah, even if you don't find it, don't worry, we'll get it fixed eventually. Position note, title is off, header icon, none, and this is something you will need some practice, but yeah, just like formatting in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint and Excel, you will master this. This is the least skill activity, I will say. The most skill activity is building these visualizations and so on. So formatting is something you will eventually learn. So I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, let's see and fix this. Yeah, so text wrap is on. Category label, again, the size is there. I'm not seeing how I can modify the name. Title is off. I don't want the title properties. Position size is okay. Padding, I don't know what that is. Okay, that tells me, yeah, like from top to bottom. Maybe there is an opportunity to change the padding also, but no worries. Title is off, so nothing is there. Effects, no worries. Header, total, icon, total, tooltips, alternate text, none. Yeah, I think that's it. Category label. No worries. I'm just leaving it as is for now. Yeah, we'll get back to this topic sometime in next 10 to 15 minutes when we are about to do the final formatting. Yeah. No worries. Coming back. Sum of averages. No field. Remove field. Rename this for this visual. Okay, yeah, got it. Perfect. Oh, that was very straightforward. So you see what I did. So selected this, and when I'm in this build visual pane, so for the first one, the main the main selection itself, it says sum of average, and then when I make this bigger, there is a remove field and then rename for this visual. So all I have to do is sum of averages. I'll take the sum of, so it should look like average cover. Perfect. This is done. Same thing for here. Yeah, make this bigger. Like I said, formatting is the easiest part, least technical, least skill. So yeah, no worries. Yeah, so this is also done. Third one, great. This is turning out very well. Average sum, I'll take the sum of. Well, and again, by default, Power BI will give these longer names and so on, which I think works in our favor, because by default, when it is making those calculations, sums or averages or min, max and so on, in the first hand, you as the designer of this dashboard, or the creator, the analyst, main guy who is creating it for the first time and making it as a standard for your entire team, you should know what you are looking at. So oftentimes having those long terms work in your favor, and as you know the details and ins and outs of everything, you can always modify and make it shorter. So as long as you know what you are doing and what these entities mean, it's all good. Yeah. So that's yeah, that's the, I will say that's the statement I will make about, you know, why having those work in your favor. Other thing is, I think, yeah, this size is good. Maybe there is some real estate to be utilized over here. We'll work on it. Next, I'm going to add a slicer, and this is a slicer very similar to how we add it in our Microsoft Excel or even Tableau or other visualization. So here is the option. So yeah, make sure you click somewhere in the canvas space. None of these visuals are selected, and click on slicer. Yeah, slicer got added over here. Then I will drag it, and information to add within the slicer. Yeah, I'm going to add the provider state name. So I'm going to drag this, make sure this is selected. Yeah, so again, not this way, but this way, and drag the provider state into here. Awesome. So again, the list of all the state providers has been added, and again, it's a scroll through. So again, for that reason, I'll make it longer. So still it's not fitting. So maybe this vertical orientation doesn't work. And again, I'm going to make it like a very big slicer like this. Try to utilize this all the space available on this part of the screen. Yeah, this rectangle. So again, maybe this vertical is not the ideal way to represent this, because again, I mean, well, one thing is I can select this, so it's not showing me for the Rhode Island, which is this small. So who is the largest like service provider? and what is the average payment versus Medicare in that case, and these respective numbers are shown over here, and so on and on and on. But maybe this is not the ideal one. Yeah. So for that reason, let me go ahead and make some edits here. So I will go to my format here visual and make sure this is selected, slicer is selected. Go to format visual, and within this, let's check general properties, title is off, effects, yeah, I think it's in the visual. And let's go to slicer settings. Oh, great. Yeah. So again, currently by default, the option vertical list has been applied, or like, yeah, applied by default by Power BI. Let me make this bigger. So if I go with tile, oh, awesome. This is looking promising. Then if I go drop down, oh, okay. So again, currently all are being shown. I can drop it down, select one specific, but again, I have to do a lot of scrolling down. Maybe for this case, this drop down is not the best option. So if I go with tile, looks like all the states are visible, or the list is visible as a, like each button, a square button, and in a single view for me. Maybe this will work best for me in this case. Yeah. So I'm going to keep it this way. Also, I'm making sure I'm saving this whatever work I've done frequently. So yeah, that's one part done. Let's see selection. Okay, multi select with control or command click is used. Okay, that's good to know. So that's the option by default. And slicer header. Okay, so this header, it's link border state. I think that's a good name. I'll make it bolder, and I will make it's not italic, but center. Oops, where is the option for centering? DIN border background, or maybe it's in some other place, the centering option. But no worries, we'll work on it. So border is this again. There is no border, which is okay for me. So awesome. I think on a high level, these are the settings which are there. So again, values wise, these, yeah, it's this font type, this size, which is good for me. Padding, yeah, 4x, no worries at all. I'm not worried about the values of it. Meaning this, yeah, the text I'm seeing, A, K, D, E, and so on, Kansas, KS. Style is good. General title of properties of everything is good. Sweet, yeah. So again, this is the, so it looks like this orientation looks good to me. That is the tile one, because in single screen I'm seeing all of these. And again, let's see how this works. Yeah. So since it's a slicer, it's already connected with all of these visuals that we have created by default. Unless we have to disconnect it, there is a procedure we can do. But again, as long as it identifies the right links, right connections which with states, it will do the job. Yeah. So for example, if I take the first one, yeah, again, maybe I will go with Hawaii, HI. If I click HI, Hawaii, it is highlighting the state on my map over here. So this is where Hawaii is, and within Hawaii, it is showing me who is the service provider with the highest average total payments. So again, the Queen's Medical Center is the one, and the average Medicare payments for the same hospital is 17,863. So there is a delta, right? I mean, the total payments is almost 25,000. Average is 18,000 almost, so that there is a delta of 7,000. Second one is this, third one is this. Similarly, if I go with say Nebraska, NE, yeah, so again this is where the state is located, and this is, yeah, the provider name with the highest, the top 15 highest provider names are provided as shown over here. And again, the total average payment is almost 28,000, and the average Medicare is 26,000. So in a small delta, 2,000 delta as compared with the Hawaii one we saw. And again, this is, yeah, this gauge chart shows the average payment versus the Medicare payment. Yeah. So again, this is the delta, and this is the average, and this is looks like this is average total, and this is more of an average of each. Yeah. And I think these are the respective numbers it changes. So if I change to Oklahoma, these numbers change over here. Also, these numbers change. Oops. Oh wow, this is good to know. So when I go state wise, it is changing to million. And when I go all, it's billion. And also one more thing I saw is maybe this font size change. I do not know why, but maybe when I was doing the adjustments, maybe I kind of scaled it up or down. So no worries. I mean, we can always, as long as we know what's happening, where do we need to change that, we can always change it. So I'm selecting all these when I'm going to the formatting option. Category, label. Oh, so category label is the one. Okay, so I think it's still the same 9. Call out label. Maybe it's 45 right now. Let me play with 40. Awesome, looks good. What if I do say 35? 35, maybe it's too small. 38. Oh, sorry, it became 48. Sorry, I was looking for 38. Okay, I think I'll keep it. I'll stay with 38 for now. So again, make sure I'm changing this. Yeah. So again, this is how this slicer thing works. So we are adding one more option. of you making this selection. Yeah. So again, for Minnesota, this is University of Minnesota Medical Center. Fairview is the largest provider, and these are the numbers. Total payments is 29,000, and the average medical payment is 22.5 thousand. So again, there is a delta, and the average payments localized are these ones, and the individual covered charges are these. Some average of these, medical pay charges are these, and average total payments are these. So this is good to know information. Yeah. So again, another important step completed where we added slicer and use the right formatting where we can do easy selections, and within no time we can get the right insight. Awesome. So technically, by doing this, we have filled in all the necessary visuals that we wanted and added this slicer. So this whole dashboard, this dashboard report is completed. Now let's do some final formatting so that we utilize all this extra gap space in the right way. Also, we fix some of these titles so that these are very presentable and self-intuitive to whoever your viewers are. So they can quickly glance through, and within 2-3 minutes they will get an overview of what they are looking at, and they will start playing around with the slicers and looking into the details of states, payments, and so on. So let's do the final finishing. Yeah, so this is more of a presentation thing. So the very first, like I said, is, well, I am happy with the title, so I won't think a lot about it. Again, there is a dashboard from CMS GOV Medicare charges for 2022. So this is the actual data we got from this website. Then I think there is still an opportunity over here. Yeah, so I'm going to select this part and quickly glancing through based on whatever we have done. So I'm seeing for each of this state, I'm seeing a list of top 15 hospitals, or service providers that with highest total payments. Yeah, so that's how it's going to be sorted. Yeah, so again, if I go to say this is overall, like this is for New Jersey. If I go to Montana or say like New York, if I hover, so I'm seeing the average total payment. The second line, yeah, right. Average total payment is 33.3. So 33,300. This is 25,300 and so on. So again, it's going down, but these are the top 15. Same is the case with Wyoming, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and so on. So again, this. So let me edit the name in the similar way so that it clearly states what we are looking at. So for that, I'm just going to select this. Then go to this format your visual, and then go to general and make this title bigger. And currently it's a long title which is not like exactly to the point, so let me change it. So I'm going to say this as top 15 provider name, top -15 provider name, PROVIDER NAME by total payments, right? By total payments, provider names by TOTALPAYMENTS. Well, you can keep it average if you want, but this time I am not doing it. So again, even if you keep, you'll be getting points. Nothing wrong with that. And by total, I think this is perfect. And this is the scale it is using. So maybe I can keep the scale. Maybe I can keep some of our. Again, this is giving me the range. So for Wisconsin, this is the range. 0.09 million to 6.21 million. So for Mississippi, the range changes. So I think I will keep the range over here. Maybe this length is too long. So I think let me try and fix that. So keep filters. I think I'll keep the filters. What filter is our main thing, not the slicer. Oh, sorry, I should be selecting this. Not legend is what I'm looking at. Okay. So again, top left is the legend. Text in the legend. So again, for the text, title for the legend is sum of average total. Let me take the sum of, because I think I mean the number is, I like the number because every time I change for each state, it gives me the range. What is the minimum? What is the maximum for the entire, like all the providers who are in this on that state. But again, the list I'm seeing is only for 15, which is a good another good information I'm getting. So average of total payments. Again, my question is average of total payments important, or can I shorten it? Let's say AVE total payments. If I keep that, awesome. I think this is short enough to explain what it is, or maybe I will reduce the payments to okay, PMTS, something like that. So let me try that. Or let's say AVG dot total PMTS. Let's try that. PMTS. PMTS payments. Yeah, PMTS. Awesome. This is good. Top 15 provider name by total payments. I think, yeah, title long term long form is good. This is the scale for the state. If I change it to Florida, yeah, this changes. Minimum is 0.01 million, highest is 5.31. Yeah, for the state of Idaho, minimum is 0.05, maximum is 2. So good. Yeah, this is good. So top 15 is here. So I think I'm happy with this. Again, average. Oops, do I need the bottom legion or well, I definitely need it. Maybe do I need it to be so long? Maybe not. So again, I'm going to select this again, and you see this x-axis, right? This is the title, average of total. So let's fix that. Yeah. So rename for this visual. So I know it is average of total payments, right? And this is also average total payments. So maybe let's use the same term over here, avg dot total PMTS. So the same avg dot total PMTS. And when I'll click outside, awesome. This looks good. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. And provider name, this is also good. So this is the name of the provider. So I think I'm happy with this. I'm going to save whatever I did over here. Now I think there is, yeah, good opportunity for us to fix the real estate. This is unused space. This is extra unused space. So if I move these and make extremely bigger, yeah, maybe that works. Oh yeah, sweet. And I still want the map in the center and selections on the right hand side. Maybe these are too big. If I make that here and here, and maybe let's move it here and make it here. Awesome. This is good. I still think this, well, the kind of information I'm getting this, maybe this is extra space. So maybe can I do something so that the map becomes bigger? And yeah, so let's move around a few things. Awesome. Awesome. Well, again, this is a new space, this is a new space. But I think, I mean, based on the number of visuals I have and number of information getting, maybe there will be a lot of unused space. So again, that's I'll do my best to maximize it. But even if there is huge a lot, no worries at all. As long as it's the information is clear, concise, precise, and I'm able to make those changes, edits, and still get the necessary information in a very presentable visual way, it's all good. So awesome. This is too long, or this is one of the KPI here. Let's see the height of the same. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah. So let's make this KPI bigger. So let's match this one also. So let's see height. Okay, height wise, these two are matching. I mean the top line wise. Let's see the bottom. Awesome. Yeah. So again, these two heights are the same. Now let's do the same thing for this. So okay, it's meeting over here. Maybe width wise there is an opportunity. No, this is too long. Okay, this is good. This is too long. Okay, no worries. Yeah. So these two are matching. Reorganizing it. Awesome. These two are matching. I think this is bigger. So I'll move this somewhere over here. Okay, this is also good. Total average payments by state, right? I think per state. Yeah. I mean, if I hold my mouse, what I'm seeing, average payment. Okay, so I think I'll change the name over here as provider state and total payment. Yeah. So let's change the name over here, provider state, and see, that's the information I'm seeing, provider name and total payment. Sweet. So I'll just select this over here, provider state. Yeah. And also, I mean, this is not visible, but it's too long, sum of average. So let's rename this as well. So again, what I'm seeing, sum of average total. Again, yeah, I know this is a differentiator. So here, everything is, see, if I hover my mouse over here, it says average total payments, average of average. But so this is the only place where I'm seeing sum of average, right? So maybe it works. Maybe I'll keep the sum over here because it's not visible every time. It's only when I hover my mouse I'm seeing it. So again, I will keep this. This is good. So yeah, let's change the title. App general title over here. Sweet. So instead of having this average total, I'll say provider state and AVG total PMTS. Or since it's title, I'll keep it long. Yeah. So provider state, EROVIDERSTATE, and its average total payment. Sweet. Yeah, so by title I should know. So provider name. Oh, okay, so provider state and average total payment by that state. Okay, this is good. Then this is the gauge chart that shows. So for the selected state, so for the selected state is telling me the total payments and Medicare payments, right? Also as a gauge chart. So state, or yeah, maybe, well, if I select outside or if I clear the filter, it's showing me for all. So maybe I think, yeah, this is good. So average payment, or maybe average, yeah, total payment versus medical payment. Yeah, I think, yeah, that average part is common. So let's change that name. So I'm selecting this. So the title here should be total payment versus Medicare payment. Yeah, payments, total versus Medicare payment, or yeah, payment. Yeah, let's do that. Payments, PAYMENTS, colon, total versus Medicare. Let's be precise. TOTAL VS MEDICARE. Sweet. Payments, total versus Medicare. Okay, sweet. This is precise, concise, and this is the provider state. And let me mention that this is a slicer. Yeah, so I'm selecting this. And not effect visual, slicer settings, slicer header. Okay, sweet. Provider state is correct. And I will highlight this. So this is a slicer, SLICER. So that tells me that the user, whoever it is, whoever, I mean, me as a business analyst, I created. So for the user, they should be aware that this is a slicer. So they are feel free to use it for each state and check the data. Yeah. So again, slicer per provider state. Okay, this is good. So with that, this is also done. Oops. Oh, I know there is an overlap. So since I know I have a lot of real estate, I will make it smaller. And this is good. This is good. Sweet. Make sure I'm frequently saving everything. Yep. Awesome. Selecting out. And again, just clear the filters. Awesome. This is good. Dashboard. So, well, do I need to make this? Well, CMS, right? And again, I mean, whenever you create dashboards like these acts as a brand name for whatever entity, whatever organization you're working for. So again, CMS Go Medicare charges is definitely a good title. Now I'm questioning myself: shall I use CMS as a short form, or shall I say Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services? Yeah, maybe just Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So, okay, I'm going to experiment over here. Yeah. Charges. Yeah, I think the charges is same. So let me do, and if it fits here and it looks attractive, I'm going to keep it, or else I'll go back. Yeah. So I'm just going to say Control C here in case. Yeah. So then I'm going to say CENTERS for MEDICARE and Medicaid, MEDICAIDSERVICES. I expected it is going yeah, beyond, but that's totally fine, no problem. And yeah, it's going up and down. So dashboard centers for Medi. Hey man, I'm a fan of this. I mean, yeah, let me take away the dashboard and see what charges. Okay, that 2022. So if I do one change over here, maybe let me select all. Let me make it 32. Okay, so again, well, maybe in the title we can, there is already dashboard. So even if I don't include dashboard in the title, maybe it's good. So also center that CMS Go is a brand. I mean, it has to be there in the title. IA charges, right? Medical services charges. So let me try it. CMS GOV. Close it out. And that, yeah, it's government. So I'm going to dot. Still it goes out. But again, if I select all, what if I make it? It's not going 28. Okay, it fits over here. Still a good option, I'll say. And again, if I make this here, you will make this data also small, just for presentation purpose. Oh, but this canvas is okay. This is the limit of the canvas, at least based on the screen size I have selected. Later on, we'll be learning about how to maximize if there is extra and so on. But I think for now, this is my dashboard. So centers for Medicare and Medicaid services charges. Can I fit in dashboard? I mean, I think dashboard must be there. Dashboard dash at 2022 gone. No worries. 24 might be too small, but no worries. I mean, yeah, that's okay. So this is my dashboard. Center. Yeah, I think this is good. It has a clear title, precise title. It tells me the story about what I'm looking at. And then the first visual is top 15 provider name by total payments. Average total pay. Yeah, so these are total payments on my x-axis, provider name and top 15. And this is the range for the entire data selected. And this is one of the KPI, which is covered cost for like all the data. Nothing is selected right now. Then average Medicare payment, covered charge, Medicare payment. So these are good KPIs. Okay, second thing is no worries. And the second thing is, just like I'm thinking, right? I mean, thinking out loud and try to make my dashboard presentable, readable, viewable, easily accessible by many guys. Well, I want you guys also in future to do the same thing. Yeah. So again, maybe it's a maybe I'm giving you some hints about how you should be looking at this part. So if I make this wider, yeah. So 2 line. I mean, I think that looks 2 lines. So maybe 32 is not the best. So if I go to 28, still it's a 2 line. I think maybe title I'll keep it single line only. This is maximized. This is maximized. So maybe 24 was good. It looks too skinny, but again, I think it's a good description. Then centered is good. And bold is also good. What if I unbold it also? No, it should stand out. So I think bold was good. Sweet. Well, we're almost there. These are just final things that I'm playing around. Well, even if you submit your dashboard as a state, I'll be okay with it. So again, now since we decided to keep it in this single line, I'm good. I'll move this up as well. So this is one important KPI. Covered charges for the entire year 2022. Medicare payments are 2.32 billion, and total payments are 2.74. So this is good. Maybe this is too wide. Well, again, I'm just trying to be like be having someone who is having OCD. Well, yeah, even if you're not, that's totally fine. You're doing this for the first time. And I definitely think, yeah, this is good. Payments for total versus Medicare. There's product state and total payments. And if I hold my mouse, I will get the details. So South Dakota, sum of average is 9 billion. New Jersey, if I select, this is my New Jersey top provider. These are the numbers, KPIs. So hey, this is awesome. So with that said, this dashboard is completed. Like I say, frequently save it, and once done, let's go ahead and publish it. Yeah. So this time I'm going to use this button, publish. Now it is, I'm already logged into my Microsoft 365 cloud, and I'll see in my workspace, select. Yeah, it's doing the connection, publishing to Power BI. Sweet, it's done. Oh, I should have, no worries, the link. No worries. It will ask me, do I want to replace? No worries, I will replace it. Yeah, replace. The reason I'm showing is I didn't want it to go to my 365. It was a long thing, so maybe this was easy. So open dashboard, CMS, Medicare, charges, PBIX in Power BI virtually. Yeah. So on my cloud. So it's opening a new window, open on my other screen. I'll pull it over here. Sweet. Yeah. So this is like my virtual one, published one. So as a part of submission, I want you to take a snipping of this. So open this, get a snipping, and make sure, that's important thing. Again, I'm doing it new. Make sure this link is shown, so that tells me that it's it's published version online. So again, make sure you select this, and this link should be visible in your screenshot that you're submitting. That's one piece of information needs during your submission. Second one is you see the share. Yeah, click on share, and either type my name, Nikhil. Specific people. People with existing access is okay. Specific people, and say apply. It might ask for my name, so type in my name, Nikhil dot Churi. Yeah, this is me. And yeah, just say copy link, copy, and paste this in your Canvas section where it says text. Yeah, so paste this and you'll be getting points. So with that said, hope you guys learned a lot about whole data downloading from the website cms.gov, and transforming the data, looking into the data, extracting the data, cleaning the data, and then loading it rightly into Power BI. And then we did our Power BI analysis to build this amazing dashboard report. And let's go ahead and build more and more dashboards, variety of these. And after building like 5 or 6, we will be having a very systematic lecture where I'll be teaching you how to build insights, summarize and give future guidelines, action items, KPI insight, KPI actions to make further improvement and so on. So that's where we are at right now. So thank you so much for your time and attention, guys. You guys are doing really well. I appreciate all your hard work. Thank you very, very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.